Hello, loves. Hello, hello, hello. It has been a while, right? Wow, it has been a long while. Um, what can I say? It's been a lot. I'm just so glad to be here today doing my live. Welcome my TikTok family. Welcome my Facebook family. It has been a while for my Facebook family. I've done several posts for on TikTok, but Facebook was not my friend for a hot second, and for a long hot second. I'm being really nice. And so we're here today. I'm so glad to be here, so blessed. So I know this is Super Bowl Sunday, so we're gonna keep it short and sweet. Usually I'm from 3 to 4:30. If I need to end it a little sooner so y'all can get ready for the Super Bowl, then I will do so. I honestly did not have that in mind when I even set this up. Um, it was my guy who was like, hey, Super Bowl Sunday. I'm like, oh my God. But the time that I set, hopefully it won't be infringing upon your Super Bowl get ready time, okay? So you all, I'm so excited about what we're going to talk about today because we're going to talk about herbs that can, I can't say the C word, but get you to that where you ain't feeling no type of way if you have STDs, okay? So, anybody who's dealing with any type of sexually transmitted diseases, and I'm talking about even herpes, okay, herpes simplex 1 and 2. No shame, we ain't judging nobody, it happens, okay, but there are remedies, I'm going to say, okay. Welcome, 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 family, welcome. So again, there are remedies for STDs where you don't have to go and get these antibiotics right away, okay. For me, I say let that be your last resort for getting those antibiotics, because today okay, I'm just gonna say it like this, and it's a lot of things, y'all, I'm probably gonna say, yeah, I'm saying like this because they are really big on censoring everything. When I tell you censoring everything, I made a video on TikTok basically talking about, manifesting, money, wealth, great life, all kind of things, right? And I literally got flagged for it, and it's like, you're against penalty, community penalties for saying, and it was nothing about sex, drugs, or alcohol, but yet my video was like, yeah, we can't show this to everybody. Welcome, everybody's coming in. Elise, Isaac, Norma, Hinton, Biden. Welcome, 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 and welcome again, my Facebook family. So glad to be back here because it has been a while for my Facebook family. Y'all, I was so discouraged back here. I'm just going to make it real quick because the last I think November was probably the last time I was trying to get on Facebook and do my lives like I would do every Sunday, 3 o'clock to 4:30, and I could not get on. I was looking at it and people were like, we weren't able to get on, and I'm seeing like, I'm glancing, and it was like the live, and it was kind of like a roaming, but I'm thinking, oh, that's gonna fly away, that's gonna, fix itself, and it wasn't fixing itself. I literally was thinking I'm on live, and then for 3 times afterwards it was the same thing. And so I'm like, I don't know what Facebook is trying to do, but they messing with me. So I just stopped recording on here because it wasn't working for me. But I'm back here today. The universe has found favor with me. Maybe it's because all the manifesting and hoping and praying that things get back right and me get back on the bandwagon to do what I love to do, which is share my information, my studying on all things herbs, spices, and natural, okay? natural remedies, okay? I'm not even sure if I say cure, if that's gonna be, so I'm not gonna say cure, but that's what I mean. Okay, so we talking about STDs that herbs and spices can remedy. Okay, we're gonna say remedy. I know they work. Plenty of people talked to, done my study, and they work. Okay, so first we're going to get into urinary tract infections. Urinary tract infection is not exactly an STD, but it can come after an STD for various reasons, okay? So that's why it's in the pile. So when we start talking, they're like STD, I mean urinary tract infection, that's not a STD. Some doctors would say that it is. Some would say, well, it's not, and it could be because of various reasons. If you're not drinking enough water, if you're not wiping yourself, women, from front to back, it could be all kind of things. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Angela, Mona Lisa, Chan Chan, Moshe Baby. Y'all welcome, welcome. Appreciate y'all being here with me. I'm Kashelle. I forgot to even introduce myself. My God, I'm Kashelle from Holistic Healing and Wellness. And y'all are in my corner. It's Kashelle's Corner, okay? Welcome. I do this every Sunday from 3 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. I would love if you all would join me and come in with me, be with me. Thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate it. Casey Money, Rebel, Robert, Kay, Queen, Ray, thank y'all for joining. I'm here and will continue to be starting back because, like I said, I got discouraged because Facebook was not letting me do my routine. And I had been doing it, man, for almost a year. And last year, I was just so discouraged. The last couple of months, I was not able to get on live. And so while my TikTok family was watching me and my Facebook family were like, hey, what's going on? We can't see nothing. We can't comment. There was nothing. They didn't see nothing. So I'm here today to let y'all know I'm back. And we're going to do this thing. We're going to continue to share to my community, to the people who need this information. Again, this is my passion. This is what I love to do. By trade, I'm an x-ray tech. I'm a veteran. I'm a mom of 2. Been married, done that. I'm here. Got a significant other. Y'all, life is lifing, okay? It's a lot going on in the news with Trump. We're going to keep praying for him, okay? And we're going to live our best life, okay? Don't let the news of today discourage you. Don't be afraid. Don't be in fear, because know that the Most High got us, okay? And He's allowing for these things to happen. Just be intuitive. Understand that prayer still works, and be in your own space and bring as much love and joy and peace to your own space and to others, okay? If you walk outside them doors, don't be bringing chaos, okay? Because it finds its way back to you. Let's give love and peace to one another. And I'm here to give you knowledge, my love, my peace, okay? Because this is what I do. So again, today we're talking about STDs and herbs and spices and things that really help to relieve those symptoms and get rid of, okay? Again, I can't say the C word, okay? So we're going to start with just talking a little bit about urinary tract infections, okay? And how what herbs and spices and herbs that you can use, okay, that will help alleviate them. So jumping right on in, let me get a little sip here. And loves, later on today, we and thank y'all for being here, okay? Because I do know, again, and I do acknowledge that the Super Bowl Sunday is today. I'm not going to be long, from 3 to 4:30. If I need to end it a little early, I will. I just wanted to get back on here and get back into the routine of things, okay? Because it's been a while. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you all are here. Y'all heart me. If y'all glad that I'm here, giving this good old information, hit that screen and give me some hearts, okay? I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Tony, for being here. Tony Williams, Jose, Steve Zero, Michael Ferguson. Appreciate you. Hey, baby. My guy Castellano's here. Thank you, babe, for supporting me. I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you. So, y'all, let's get into it. So, basically, urinary tract infections, which is called cystitis, basically inflammation of the bladder, okay? So, y'all, women are more prone to getting this infection than men. You know why? And I found this quite interesting. Because men's urethras is 8 inches long. Guess how long women's urethras are? 1.5 inches long. That's a significant difference, okay? So we are more prone to getting this urinary tract infections because our urethras are shorter, okay, and bacteria from our vagina or rectum moves more quickly up the urethra because it's shorter into the bladder, and there we go, we have infections. Okay, so urinary tract infections account for 7 million doctor visits yearly. 7 million. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you right now, this relief, I'm going to give you the different forms of relief. You don't even have to go and make a visit to your doctor. You ain't got to call a nurse. You ain't got to call nobody online. You ain't got to go to the emergency room, be sitting for hours until somebody sees you. You can remedy this situation in your own home. Welcome, 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 Gigi. You can remedy this infection in your own home, in the privacy of your own. Ain't nobody got to know. You ain't got to fill out no paper telling them what's wrong with you, what happened, how'd you get it, where you think you got it from. None of that, okay? But 7 million, and a lot of it is us females are coming, okay? Because like I said, our urethra is only 1.5 inches long. Men's are 8, so 8 inches long. So they don't come to see the doctor as much as we do. Thank you, sweetie. As much as we do to find some remedy for this infection, okay? And again, it's all about because our urethra is shorter, that causes for us to come in often, because bacteria and things can climb up faster, okay? So it also is caused from us being less sanitary in our toilet habits. Women, we know that we're supposed to wipe from front to back. Okay, if you're not doing that and you're wiping all willy-nilly, okay, from back to front, then you're inviting bacteria from your rectum area to your vagina. No good, okay? So we have to be very particular in how we're wiping ourselves, front to back. That's it. If you're wiping any other type of way and you have urinary infections quite often, well, this is why. Welcome, Christy, Ellie, Officer, Shagater. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your names. Welcome, my loves, from TikTok. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. Y'all heart me. If y'all like what y'all about to hear, what y'all hear right now, hit them likes, okay? Like what you're saying and hearing, okay? I appreciate you all for being on here. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. I know we're not going to be on here long. Just bear with me, okay? So, yeah. So we have to be careful about our sanitary toilet habits, because that could be causing us to have urinary tract infections, okay? If you have the birth control, the diaphragm, that has been studied and tested over time, that can possibly be one of the causes. If you're having issues with urinary tract infections consistently or constantly having those infections, that diaphragm could be the cause of why you have it. Y'all ladies, if we're using a bunch of feminine products that have deodorants in it, we should know by now we cannot be doing that. Everything cannot be sprayed down there. We want our stuff to smell good, okay? And we want to maintain that down there. But a lot of times, some of these products they sell, they're getting better. I've been seeing a lot more holistic feminine products that don't have a bunch of preservatives and smell good stuff that's not dealing with maybe essential oils and things like that. So our market is getting a little better with that. But we cannot keep with the old and be spraying ourselves with anything down there, because we could get be inviting, urinary tract infections because of the ingredients within some of those feminine deodorizers, okay? Douches, we have to be careful with that. Now, I would never tell a woman that she should never do that, okay? Because in some cases, I think you do. But if you're consistently douching, it's not healthy for your vagina, okay? Because you're washing away some of the things that need to be in there. Okay, there's good bacteria, so it's called normal flora. We have normal flora in your downstairs area, in your rectum, you have it in your vagina, you have it in your stomach. I mean, there's normal flora, basically flora that is healthy for our bodies and helps to maintain our bodies. So when you're constantly douching, you are wiping away those good flora, the good bacteria that needs to be there, that helps to sustain the environment of those places, okay? So excessive douching, no good. Feminine deodorizers, constantly sprayed down there specifically, no good. It could lead to you having a urinary tract infection, okay? So if you find yourself on the other side of the tract with a urinary tract infection, or for those who are constantly getting it, please, again, Pay attention to your toilet habits. If you have a diaphragm, feminine, you're using feminine deodorizers often, just back off from those things and see then if you'll continue to have urinary tract infections. So sometimes we have to test our own bodies. Okay, what am I doing? What am I eating out of the ordinary, or what am I eating too much? Am I not drinking enough water? And that's another thing. We need to be drinking at least 8 cups of water daily. Now, while we've been told water is so good for you, drink a lot of water, what's better for you is juicing. So you juicing fruits and vegetables in combination is so much better for you than water. Okay? Welcome, Pauline Garcia. She said, my daughter does excessive douching and she uses those sprays. Now I know why she constantly... Yes, sis. That's why. Absolutely, that's why. Okay, she needs to back off from that. I know we all want to smell good down there. We clean, and sometimes we feel like clean is just not enough. We still just want an extra little for various reasons. But some of that extra is going to do us no good, because we'll end up with a lot of UTIs, and that's why. Okay, one of the reasons why. I don't want to say that's why, but there's reasons I've already stated why you could be having, or she could be having, these consistent UTIs. Drinking a lot of water is essential, but also juicing. Okay, so if you are juicing, yes, sweetie, yes, I do a lot of juicing. Juicing is so good for you. So if you can juice, cucumbers, carrots, apples, find your good combination. And you all, I'm so sorry. I have a juicing book. Okay, it's on Amazon. And it's juicing for an optimal you under Cashel Staples. Okay, Cashel Staples. I want to run and get my books real quick, but I don't know if I know where they are on the top of my head right now. But it's juicing for an optimal you, and just a quick guide and what juicing combination works for thinner waist, clearer skin, and clearer skin, thinner waist. Something else it does for you. But anyway, juicing just does miraculous things for your entire body system, period. You're trying to lose weight, you're trying to get your skin better. If you just need help and support with just your muscles and your eyesight, your ears, whatever, it's a whole body, cleanse. It can be a cleanse for your whole body, but it just does your whole body just some good. Okay. Yes, sis, go get my book. Again, it's Juicing for an Optimal You is on Amazon, and I have another book that's on Amazon too. Just look up Cashel Harris, and you'll find that I just published my second book, the latter part, I think, of last year. Okay, and that book is going to basically get into the herbs and spices for if you have bacterial, viral, and fungal diseases. Okay, man, I should have had my books out here. Just I was all over the place today, but also excited to come and be with y'all. So I'm gonna do more advertisement of my books next Sunday. We come on here, okay? So please, y'all, meet me again. We're gonna start doing this. We're gonna get back to it. Meet me every Sunday from 3 to 4:30, okay? So anyway, y'all, do drink water. So I would never tell you don't drink water. Drink water, drink water. But juicing is so much better. That those juices from those fruits and vegetables are so much better for you too than water. Okay, because water flushes the bacteria infected urine out of your system. So I'm not going to put down water. Okay, but also we don't want to hold our water in. So if you gotta pee, if you have to go to the bathroom, ladies, and I know I used to do this, stop holding it in, because we can't afford to hold it in, because again, there is bacteria in that urine that is supposed to be released out of your body. Don't hold it in, release it. Okay, and releasing it, of course, you're releasing all the bacteria that's in the infected urine. Okay, so that's why drinking, juicing, drinking that juice and drinking water is so good, because it flushes the system for you, and it flushes all the bacteria infected urine out of your system, okay, out of your urethra, out through your urinary tract. So do not hold that urine in, because it's no good for you when you do that. So the remedies we have today, y'all, are awesome. These remedies have been used throughout the century. So when I come to you, these herbs and spices, you might not have heard of them because maybe we don't readily use them, but know that these herbs and spices have been on our planet, I'm about to say on the universe. that the universe has given us these plants and these herbs and spices. Universe, God, source, okay. And Native Americans have been using this. Asians, I mean, y'all, they've been used for centuries. Egyptians have been using these herbs and spices for centuries. This is not hundreds of years. I said centuries. Okay. And they have done miraculous things. We are just now becoming privy to those past civilizations who have used these herbs and spices to help them to heal, because they didn't have this modern medicine that we have today, which I don't know how modern it is, because a lot of times this stuff is not really good for you. Okay, we take this stuff because it's quick, it's been prescribed to us, and all we got to just pop a pill, maybe, give ourselves a shot or something. But there's backlash to the side effects that it has. So at the end of the day, when we're talking about, conventional and, we progress with medications, this stuff has been cooked up in a lab. This stuff that I'm talking about is grown out there in the forest, in the trees, right outside your door, some of these herbs, okay? On the trees, the leaves, the bark, the fruit, the roots, okay? So, this stuff is natural for you. This stuff is just good for you. There is no, you take, if certain, if you can't take certain things if you are pregnant, if you're nursing, but that's for a season. We're not going to be pregnant for the whole lifetime of our life, right? This is season. And while you're breastfeeding, that's a season. But afterwards, if there's any things, but then you can bypass it. There's certain herbs you can take while nursing, while pregnant, and all that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, you have herbs and spices that is healing, and there is no after effect. Okay, there's no side effect. So for urinary tract infections, we have uva ursi, okay, and it's used as an astringent, and it reduces swelling. So sometimes UTIs can get so bad that you're very irritated down there. And so for those women who have just major irritation, they want to scratch themselves to death down there, or just irritated, I recommend sitz baths. Sitz baths are basically just a little bit of water that you're sitting in, just enough to cover that space down there, your pocket, ladies, you know what I'm talking about, and so that it can absorb the herbs and the spices that's in that water. Okay, so in this particular soak, it would be uva ursi, and uva ursi is used as an astringent to reduce the swelling, because sometimes it gets bad. This UTIs can get bad, and you can have swelling down there. Well, to reduce that swelling and to ease the skin on your pocket, then we're going to use this uva ursi. We're going to soak in it, okay? And it cures these bladder infections, okay, which is cystitis or UTIs, okay, in the urinary tract. Marshmallow root powder is also another one, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take about 1 ounce of marshmallow root powder, okay, and we're going to soak in it for 20 minutes. Okay, you can do the same thing for uva ursa. You're going to soak in it, put that in also as well. You can do it alone, certain herbs alone. So you can use uva ursi alone with 1 ounce of powder, uva ursi root powder. Okay, you can put that in your bath. Okay, and again, a sitz bath is not a whole full bath where your body's covered, just enough to cover probably just about half of you sitting in the water, maybe half of your behind. Okay, it can cover your whole behind. I'm just saying, not a whole bath where you just running water and the water's up to your chest, or where your belly button is. You don't need all that. You want enough just to really kind of soak that lower part of you. Okay, not really trying to bathe your whole body, because the purpose is to soothe and reduce the swelling. Okay, in the urinary in your bottom area. Okay, so marshmallow root could also be joined in that 1 ounce of that powder with the uva ursi in this sitz bath, okay? And that's used to soak as well. So you're soaking for at least 20 minutes. Longer, that's fine, okay? But this marshmallow root is good for irritated skin or tissue. So again, the swelling for the uva ursi is good, okay, if it's swollen down there. But now it's also swollen and irritated, then this marshmallow root powder is good for that irritated skin, okay? So you sit in that for 20 minutes, and you're going to have relief automatically, okay? And we're going to do this 1 or 2 times a day for several days until you are no longer irritated and that swelling has gone down. Okay, y'all hear me? And these are herbs. Okay, uva ursa is mostly used by Native Americans for centuries, and it's used again as an astringent. It reduces swelling. So this is why this is so good for this particular infection, this UTI, okay? So then we're going to go to using parsley. Parsley is also another herb that you can use for UTIs. Y'all, parsley, we got parsley. We use it all day long in our cabinets, right? We use it to put in maybe a seasoning for our chicken or poultry or whatever the case may be, in our pastas. So sometimes we forget that the very herbs and spices that we use to cook with are some of the very herbs and spices that we can use to cure ourselves. Hello, sweetie. Lodita says hello. Florcita, hello. Christine, Matt, Angel Point, hello. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you all for being here with me. Okay. Yeah. So again, we're talking about UTIs, and we're going to also get into STDs and what herbs can remedy those STDs. Okay. Without you going so quick to get antibiotics from the doctor, and what they don't do all the time. Some doctors do this and prescribe this. If you are going to get an antibiotic that the doctor has prescribed, they should be, and I say should be, they should be giving you also a probiotic, because antibiotics kill the good and bad bacteria. Okay, they should be giving you a probiotic, really a prebiotic too. So a prebiotic, a probiotic. So during the process that you have, that it's going to replenish the good bacteria that you need. Remember, I talked about earlier the normal flora. We have to have a certain amount of there are a certain amount of good bacteria in your gut, in your lower regions, in your rectum, in your stomach, in your intestines. We have bacteria within us that's good. It helps our body to run. And that normal flora, that normal balance of the good bacteria as well as the bad bacteria is what keeps our system in balance, okay? And whenever we have the scales are tipped to one or the other too much, then we are out of balance, okay? And that normal flora is disrupted. That's now we have yeast infections, we have all kinds of infections and all kinds of things happening within our bodies that's disrupting that flow. So normal flora, which is the normal bacteria that's in our bodies that is living and breathing and using us as well as we're using it to live and survive, is what's normal, okay? And it's disrupted when you have UTIs. So parsley is another component or another herb that you can use to get rid of UTIs, okay? There's two compounds in parsley. It's called apiol and myristicin, excuse me. And they increase the output of urine by increasing the flow of blood to the kidneys, okay? They increase the output of urine by increasing the flow of blood to the kidneys. And why is it good that they do this? Because they're trying to get the affected urine out of the urethra, out of your body, okay? It's not good if it just sits there. So we need those two components or compounds in parsley to help us rid ourselves of this urinary tract infection. This is why this particular herb is good for UTIs, okay? Because it increases the output of urine, which is what we want. We want the bad urine that's infected with bacteria to be pushed out of our bodies, not to be sitting in our bladder, because that's a problem, okay? So with this, using this parsley, we're going to make parsley tea. It's 1 teaspoon of dried parsley. Okay, we're going to boil a cup of water, steep it for 5 to 10 minutes, and strain, and we're going to drink it. Okay, we're going to try to drink it without any honey. Honey kind of weakens the immune system to a certain degree. So when you're trying to fight an infection, we don't need any sweeteners as much as possible. Try to drink stuff just like it is, natural, as much as possible, as much as your palate can take. Now, if you need a little sweetener, then I'm not going to tell you not to do it. But when we're dealing with something like an infection, sweeteners are not the best things to put in something like this when we're trying to get rid of, because it does lessen already with the infection. Okay, our immune system is dampened a little bit. So we don't need anything that's going to dampen it even more. What we want is a full effect of the herb that we're using to go ahead and knock out this UTI. Okay, and we're going to drink this tea 2 or 3 times a day until the infection is completely gone. Period. Okay, parsley, you got it in your home right now. If you don't have the dried parsley, the sprigs that you can buy from the store, you got it in a little glass bottle, in the plastic bottle for seasoning. I don't care if you have to empty that bad boy out. Empty it out, put it in the tea, boil the water, put it in in your cup, and strain that joker and drink it, okay? Until, for 3 or 4 days, okay, or 3 days times, until the infection is gone, period. Y'all, there's so many natural remedies for a lot of things that we have. It's really just for us to take a look, take the time out to see what it is that we can do about what infection is ailing us at the time, okay? And use it, try it. It works. Cranberry juice. I know y'all have heard of cranberry juice all day long. Cranberry juice is so good. And I'm not talking about the cranberry juice that has the sugar in it that's sweetened. The cranberry juice that has no sugar is very tart, but guess what? It is going to knock that UTI out of the park. Knock it out of your body. You will be, okay? Y'all know what I'm about to say, okay? You're going to be good, okay? So the compounds in cranberry keep bacteria from sticking to the lining of your bladder and urethra. And that's what we need. What's the name of your book on Amazon? It's called Juicing for an Optimal You. Juicing for an Optimal You. Okay? Juicing for an Optimal You. Let me see if I can type that on here. Y'all, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get this book. Forgive me for my absence. Hold on. Forgive me. I got it, y'all. Okay, sorry. Thank y'all for being patient. Okay, I had to go get it. Okay, so here's this book, sweetie. Juicing, if y'all looking for my book, it's called Juicing for Optimal You, and this is how it looks. Right here. No, this is not me. Okay? This is me. Juicing for an Optimal You by Cashel Staples. You see that? By Cashel Staples. Okay? And it's got beautiful pictures, color pictures in there. Okay? It's a small guide, but I appreciate your support. Okay? Right here. So we're just going to take a break for a minute since this question was asked. It's Juicing for an Optimal You. That's my juicing book. This is a juicing guide, y'all. Go to Amazon, get that book, support a sister. Okay? Juicing for an Optimal You. Okay? And it says, drink your way to a smaller waist, healthier gut, and beautiful skin. And you can. You can. Absolutely. Okay? And this is the newer book. This is my newer book, y'all. I'm so proud of this book. Okay? Herbal Medicinal Remedies, a beginner's guide for using common spices and herbs to treat viral, bacterial, and fungal ailments. Right here, loves. Look at that. This is my book. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of this book. Okay? So go out and get this book. This is definitely also on Amazon. Okay? This is also on Amazon. And this is a guide, but this is a little thicker, okay? Because this is some good stuff in there. Basically, it's talking about how to cure or how to basically remedy, okay? I don't want to say, Jesus, man, we got to really monitor what we say today. I don't like that, because everything is just taken like, what did you say? So basically, this is to help you remedy, okay, viral, bacterial, and fungal infections. Okay, this is the guide to help you. And again, it's by Cashel Staples. You see my name at the bottom. Okay, and this is the name of my book, Herbal Medicinal. Y'all support a sister. Go out to Amazon and not only get the book, y'all, can y'all please leave a comment? Because I do have people get books, but they don't leave comments. So it's like, Amazon needs that. Like, I know sometimes like, oh, I gotta just leave a comment. I mean, hey, I like the book. I mean, y'all, support a sister. We need to be in the day and age where we support each other, right? Support me, please. Okay? I'm not going to beg you because there's going to be people out here who needs this book, and all I have to say is just go out and get this book, and they're going to get it because it's going to be good for them. This is a book that you need to have in your own book collection of healthy books. Okay, there's plenty out there for white women, Indians, and all kind of stuff. I'm your sister. I'm your auntie, your mama, however you want to look at me. Your sister of another color, of another race, however. But I'm here for all of us, not just for just my people. Okay, go out there and support me. Okay, so again, this one just came out. Okay, and this one I've had out for a while. Okay, this is juicing for an optimal you. Go get the juices. Go get these guys. I'm sorry. Go get them. Okay. Go get them. Go get them. Go get them. Okay, so back on, because I'm gonna do another little, little commercial, I say, for my ginger juices in a minute. Okay, so cranberry juice. Cranberry is awesome. Cranberry is going to knock that UTI out of the park. It's gone, eliminated, boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay, and so we want to use unsweetened cranberry juice, like I said, because the sugar weakens the immune system. Okay, and fights off bacteria. It weakens the immune system where it's not able to fight off bacteria the way that it normally would if we weren't inundated with all the sugar. So that's why I said go get the cranberry juice that is not sweetened. It's not going to kill you. It's going to be tart to your cheeks and stuff, but it's going to heal your body. Okay, so we want to be healed. So we ain't worried about, oh, it needs to be sugar filled. That's the problem today anyway. 8 ounces a day of water, juicing. Flush it out. Flush it out your system. Okay, and for those who just rather take capsule, get the 400 milligram of cranberry capsule. Okay, and take those 2 or 3 times until the infection is what? Gone. Until it's cleared up. Period. Okay, so I done gave you the herbs that you need to use to go ahead and knock this out your park. Okay, stop playing with me. You got your remedy right there. Okay, and to keep your immune system boosted. And this is for the STD, rest of these herbs I'll be talking about too. But just to keep your immune system up and running and working at its optimal, y'all, echinacea. Echinacea is good for you, and golden seal. Okay, echinacea resists viruses and bacteria and boosts the proteins, interferons, and prosperants that's in our bodies. Okay, 500 milligram capsule of echinacea, because echinacea is something else, baby, that tastes. Golden seal is something else. Golden seal has like a yellowish tint and has a very kind of pungent taste to it, but it's powerful. It does the body good. Everything that's good for you is just not going to taste like it's so good for you, but it is good for your body regardless. Okay, golden seal helps the mucous membrane. It's like a tonic for our mucous membrane. Okay, it has a powerful antimicrobial agents in it. And if you're going to take the capsule, then take the capsule that is 500 milligrams. Okay, 500 milligrams. So there you go. That's for the UTIs. Okay, so for women who are dealing with consistent UTIs, you don't have to be troubled with that. You don't have to have any more problems with urinary tract infections. I already told you some of the reasons why we do is because, you're welcome, sweetie, because our urethra is definitely way shorter than the men's. Okay, ours is 1.5 inches, but the men's are 8. Okay, so therefore bacteria has a shorter distance to go between our behind and our vagina. Okay, so it's like right there. So bacteria creeps up, pretty fast because it don't have a long way to go, for one. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to start talking about now other venereal diseases. So syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia. Which ones am I leaving out? Y'all know it's a slew of them. But these herbs I'm going to talk about right now cover the whole gamut of them, okay? The whole gamut of them. Now, it's up to you. I'm not telling you not to run to the doctor for an antibiotic. If you find yourself in the predicament where you have an STD, do what's best for you. Do what's comfortable for you. I'm just telling you there are herbs out here that will remedy the problem for you, okay? And this is just me doing my due diligence and making sure my people know that you ain't got to run to no clinic first sign of anything going on. Y'all, this is my ginger juice. For y'all who don't know that I make my ginger juices, I make my own ginger juices. Let me stop real quick because ginger is definitely good for the body, definitely immune booster, definitely has antimicrobial, antiviral, antibacterial properties, antifungal properties. Stop playing with me. Ginger is a mighty herb. Okay. So let me tell y'all what I do. Let me just show y'all. So I make my juices. Okay. These are my juices. So this is mango honey ginger juice. Okay. I got the beet honey ginger juice. Yes. Beets. Yes. Beets. That's good for the heart. Good for your blood pressure. Good for your arteries and veins. Good for the vascular system. Stop playing. Okay. And I got the tart cherry lemonade ginger juice. That tart cherry is so good. That's good for your heart. It's good for your kidneys. The tart cherry is good for your kidneys. It's good for just opening you up and cleaning things out. Okay. It's kind of a cleaning tonic too for your body. This right here. Okay. Oh, and I got one more. Don't play with me. We got the pineapple honey ginger juices. Y'all see that? So I have 4 different flavors. I have a subscription for $61.15 every month. Okay? You get Zoom call once a month. You get a special t-shirt that has holistic healing and wellness. Okay, by Cachelle's Corner. So your own shirt that you're part of the family. You can wear it to the gym, outside, however you want to wear it. Okay? We have discounts when you bring your family and friends in. Okay? And then we also have a newsletter that we do once a month. Okay? Being part of the community. And you get updates that nobody else gets from any other platform when you subscribe. Okay? And you get these every month. You get 4 of these. So 1 of each flavor once a month. Okay, $61.15 is nothing because that's including shipping and handling. I'm handling the shipping. Okay, I'm handling the cost. I'm eating the cost. So it's y'all are getting these juices once a month to your front door. You ain't got to pick them up. It's delivered to your front door. Okay, 4 different juices. So you got the pineapple honey, you got the tart cherry honey ginger juice, you got the beet ginger juice, and you got the mango ginger juice. You get 4 flavors. Okay, and there's options for those because I have some members who are like, this 4 is not enough. I need some more. So we have options for if you want 4 more, you want 6, or you want 8. And there are options for if you want 12. Okay, so some of my members, they're like, these 4 just go too fast. Like I just be drinking them because they're so good. They're good for your body, y'all. Okay, I make these out of my own home. And they're all organic. Okay, I use organic juices and organic ginger for all of them. Okay. All right. So back to you. So if you want to be a part of the subscription and you want to come and support a sister and you want to heal your body, okay, then you will go to www.cachellescorner.com. Okay, put all your information in, your email address, your name, and there it begins for you. Okay, but we're going to get into that at another time. But right now, let's get back on track because we got to do this. What do you do? Add honey to your juicing. What do? You add honey. Yes, honey is the only sweetener, and it's the raw honey. Okay, raw organic honey. I don't use anything but that for the juicing. I don't use sugars or powders, okay? Brandon, welcome. God's Girl, Casey, welcome. Kyle, Tony, Desmex, welcome. Appreciate you all for being here, okay? I got my TikTok family watching and listening while I'm with my Facebook family as well, okay? So does any of you all have any questions? I mean, please come and ask questions if you have any. I appreciate you all for being here. You see what I'm saying? Look, I just got a message basically telling me that this message I just said with my juicing does not go along with the topic. Oh, yes, it does. Because if I'm saying that these things help to relieve you, then my juices will help. Now, I can't say it's going to help cure you, but you see how they monitoring and stuff. Like, who is watching and just like, no, she talking about something totally different. It's not really totally different. But I'm saying, I'm telling y'all, if y'all on these platforms, you really have to monitor what you're saying because, baby, they own you. I literally just got that message. Wow. Okay, moving on. So I just gave y'all those herbs basically for those. So now we go into the STDs. Okay. So dandelion. So like I said, STDs: gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, and any other disease you could get. Herpes. Okay. Name it. These herbs will relieve you. Okay. So dandelion is one of them. Dandelion, basically, you can use the leaves, the flowers from it. And it has been used for what? Centuries. Centuries, okay? For centuries. And it has carotene, which is really good that you find that in carrots, okay? Gives it a kind of orange color. But the beta carotene is so good for your entire body. This dandelion is a detoxifier. It's a diuretic, okay? Has antioxidants and is good for the immune system. It supports and it has a bunch of minerals, vitamins A, B, or A, C, and K, and it's good for immune health. And it's so good for if you're having issues, if you have an STD, okay? And a lot of these herbs are good in combination for if you are suffering or having some issues with STDs, okay? So you can use it by itself, but it's stronger when you're combining these herbs with other herbs, okay, to remedy yourselves of what the topic is about, STDs, okay? So you also have burdock. Burdock fruit. It's a root, fruit, and leaves, and those are different parts that have been used for centuries again, okay? So this is nothing new. These remedies, people were having issues back in the day, okay? They probably called it some other different name than what we're saying today, but STDs didn't just come into play the 20th century, 21st century, whatever the case may be. Y'all, there's nothing new. I'm sure you've heard that under the sun. Because so people was having stuff back in the day and was giving it to one another back in the day. Some people, unbeknownst, and some people were purposely doing nothing new under the sun. So these herbs, and I say they have been used for centuries for various reasons and for various ailments. They just have not been used like and widely talked about today because there's no money in herbs. There's no money in you going outside and picking, the dandelions outside and using them as in your salad or using them, just like I said, for detoxifying your body. There's no money in that. So they're not going to promote that. So if you're like, I've never heard of that, I don't know about that, well, do your research and then you will know, or listen to me and then you will know. Because I'm telling you the truth. There's no reason for me to lie. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not I'm not getting paid for anything I do on this platform or Facebook. So I'm doing it because this is what I love to do. So I'm coming to you, telling you this, there is nothing behind me telling you, okay? At the end of the day, there's no money in it. So our systems is not going to be promoting this because why? They're not getting a kickback, a payback where you can go outside your back door and go get these herbs, okay? So burdock fruit, been used traditionally, like I said, for centuries, okay? It has major antioxidants, major anti-inflammatory, and detoxification properties. It's a blood purifier, blood detoxer. It cleanses and eliminates toxins from your body, including your organs down there that's infected if you have an STD. Okay, so go out and get you burdock fruit, okay, because it will eliminate and relieve you of said STDs. Okay, dandelion, I just said that, does the same thing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for coming here. Okay, so, and it's also good for your skin. Okay, so any lesions on your body, and we talking about, anything, because you got some diseases that has lesions, that has blisters and things like that, herpes. Okay, so whether you have herpes simplex 1 or herpes simplex 2, lesions. I have herpes simplex 1. I've always had, thank you, sweetie. I've always had fever blisters. I've gotten them since I was a little kid. And so these herbs have definitely helped me. Okay. Lysine is so good too. Lysine, if you take that on a regular basis, y'all, I've been learning about lysine forever. My sister's like, sis, lysine, lysine, lysine. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, I just deal with the few blister, put the little man, what was this herb that my dad would put on it? Oh, it escapes me. It's a cream that he would put on my fever blisters since when I was young, because I was the only one out of 5 kids that was getting these fever blisters, right? I can't think of the stuff that my dad would put on the doggone fever blister right now. And I ain't got no family right now to remind me. Thank you. Thank you for liking my live. I appreciate you. Was that Melissa? Appreciate you, sweetie. Thank you. Y'all heard me if y'all like what y'all hear in my TikTok family. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me, okay? So y'all, anyway, Camphor for knee. There we go. Thank God. Camphor. My dad would just put that little bit of cream on there. And if he had known that lysine was what's going to keep those down and cure, because when you take that lysine, y'all, if you do have any, one or two, don't even matter, it's going to, I don't want to say suppress, because it just sounds like it's coming back up at some time because you're just pushing it down. But these herbs is going to knock that out your system to where you're hardly ever, I'm going to be safe with my words, you're hardly ever going to have a disruption. It's a word for it when you have like just these outs where you're, these outbreaks, okay? You won't. Take lysine on a daily basis. And let me tell you, I bought this lysine just recently, and only because I had a fever, I felt it. And I'm like, oh no, we're not dealing with that. Because in the winter season, I tend to get fever blisters like nobody's business. And I don't know if it's just because it's the cold. I don't know. Okay, but no, because mine get ugly. Okay, when I say ugly, bump on top of, I don't even want to be seen in the real world. Like, please just leave me in my room. What do you need? I'm talking to you through the door. You don't want to see all this going on my lips. So what I do when I finally got the lysine, these are some doggone horse pills, okay? So if you can find some that is not as big as mine, good luck, go for it. I'm going to look next time. I just saw lysine and I saw that it was from good company. A lot of people were repeat buyers, try to, because do look at the customer review. I'm still learning that. As my daughter, she'd be like, Mom, did you look at the customer review? Did you look at the customer review? And I'm like, not just about. She's like, well, see, you got to look at the customer review, because the customers are going to tell you what is good and what is not good. Okay, so I did look up the lysine. The lysine was awesome, but nobody complained about how big these doggone horse pills are. But they are good for you. So if you're dealing with any type of 1 or 2 herpes, don't matter. I'm not judging. Lysine. I promise you, if you're constantly having outbreaks with that, you will not. You will not. You will not. Okay? That lysine is a miracle. Hear what I'm saying to you. Go out and get you some lysine. Okay? So anyway, y'all, make sure I don't have any comments with the other thing over here. So lysine is really good for you, okay? But back to burdock fruit, that's good for your skin. So if you're having any lesions, dealing with any STDs, then that burdock fruit is good to use to stop those lesions, to soothe those lesions. It purifies the blood, because anytime you have any type of bacteria, virus, or whatever in your skin, in your body, because of STDs or elsewhere, but we talking about, let's stick with STDs, it's in your blood. Okay? So as a blood purifier, you're wanting to go out and get you that burdock fruit. Okay? And in that fruit, you're using the root or the leaves, or the fruit itself. Okay, it doesn't matter. All of it is going to be good for your body. Okay, and it's going to relieve you. Okay, wink, wink. And I'll say wink, wink, because I can't say what I really want to say. The C word is going to relieve you of said STDs. Okay, it cleanses and eliminates toxins from your body. Are you hearing me? Cleanses and eliminates toxins from your body. And if you have skin lesions, there you go. It's good for that skin health. Okay, how to use? You want to get the dried fruit or the dried leaf or the dried root. Okay, and we're going to use it to make a tincture. Okay, a tincture ain't nothing but really an extract. Okay, it's a liquid. So you can use that, or you can use the capsules or the tablets. Okay, and they sell them in stores all day long. So if you don't believe me, go look it up for yourself. Okay, the next one is Jamaican sarsaparilla. Jamaican sarsaparilla, again, has been used for centuries. This stuff is not new. We're just now becoming privy to a lot of these herbs and spices, but this is nothing new, okay? people across the nation, across the world, has been using these herbs and spices for years. Okay, so again, we come across another blood purifier. So STDs, it's in your blood, it's in your system. We're trying to purify our system. We're trying to get rid of, we're trying to relieve ourselves of said ailment. Okay, so Jamaican sarsaparilla is perfect for that. It cleanses the blood and improves circulation. So it's improving circulation, okay? It's cleansing the blood. So it's going to get all that stuff out of your system. It has anti-inflammatory, antioxidant properties, and it's good for skin health. So again, here's another herb that deals with if you're having any issues with lesions or any type of thing with that STD. This herb is going to help you also to get your skin under control, to get that to heal whatever boil, whatever lesion, however you want to say it, disruptions in any particular place in your body. It's going to heal it, okay? So how to use it? You can use it as a tea. You can use that root, dried root, and you can use it as a tincture or make yourself a tincture. Sarsaparilla extract. It's nothing but the tincture is nothing really but an extract. Extract is literally the liquor that you get from, it has in a dropper, and you can put it on said sore, mouth, skin, wherever, you're irritated at, and it's going to soothe it. It's going to do exactly what I said it's going to do for it, okay? It's going to improve the skin health of if it's a lesion, if it's a boil, okay? It's going to soothe that, and it's also going to remove it. It's going to heal it. Anti-inflammatory is going to reduce the inflammation. Antioxidants is going to put any type of vitamins and nutrients back into your body to heal that particular area, okay, or your blood, okay, because I said Jamaican sarsaparilla is a blood cleanser, okay, it's a detoxifier. You can also take it as tablets, okay, they do sell tablets for it. Also, there is a topical application for this, so you can make a poultice or infusions for treating the skin, okay. So we got 2 herbs already that's good for these STDs. All right, we got cat's claw. It's another great herb for STD for curing them naturally or for remedying them naturally. Okay, this has been used again for centuries. All of these herbs have been used for centuries. Again, this is not something I done dug up and just thrown at you. People have been using, civilizations have been using, dynasties have been using these herbs for centuries. Okay, cat's claw is native to Amazon rainforest. It's found in the South and Central America. Okay, and it's got his name because if you've seen the herb, it looks like a cat's claw. Okay, it's got thorns on it, but the thorns look like cat's claw for real. Okay, a little scary, but it's good for you. Okay. It's known as an immune booster. So it boosts your immune system, which is what we need so that we won't be so prone to viruses and different bacterias and things like that, okay? It's anti-inflammatory. It has antioxidant properties. It protects cells damaged by free radicals, okay? And we are surrounded by free radicals within and without out of our body. It also is a pain reliever. So some of these STDs, they will cause you pain. You might have pain down there while urinating, while, going to the bathroom. Well, cat's claw is also a pain reliever, okay, naturally, okay. You can use this as a tea, a tincture, or you can take capsules or tablets for it. So if you're using it as a tea, you're using the bark, the root, or the vine. Tinctures, again, it's liquid extract that can be added to beverages or to water itself, okay, and you're drinking those. You're drinking 2 to 3 times a day. You're drinking about 5 or 10 drops in a cup of water or non-citric drink, okay? And the capsule, you want to get at least a 500 milligram capsule. You want to get the strongest if you're dealing with STD so we can get this out of your body, okay? Then we're going to another herb. It's called Pau de Arco, okay? This tree is native to South America, okay? We don't hear so much about it. Honestly, you probably don't hear too much about a lot of these because we just, in where we live, we're not really being, told to study, or even these herbs are so readily available to us because there's no money in natural cures and natural healing and things like that and stuff that you can find in the forest or on your, in the back of your porch or under your porch, okay, out in your backyard. So, yeah, a lot of this might sound foreign to you. But this herb here has several compounds that have shown to have antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral properties, and anti-inflammatory properties. It has huge amount of antioxidant properties. Quercetin, which has a lot of vitamin C, helps protect cells from damage. Okay, so, and it has antimicrobial properties. So this right here is especially good too for if you're dealing with STDs. And like I said, you can use these separately, these herbs separately or all together. Greater when you use them all together, okay, because they're powerful, and they have a lot of the same properties. Okay, so hey, you use them together, they're like a major antibiotic for your body, okay, for treating these STDs. Wormwood, known for its bitter taste and distinct aroma. Wormwood is major as well. It has, again, antimicrobial properties, anti-inflammatory properties, antioxidant properties. That is so good for if you're dealing with STDs, okay? You can use it as a tea for the leaves and the flowers. This is how you use it. You can use it as a tincture, which is, again, extract. You can use a capsule or tablet and an essential oil. So this is the first of the essential oil, okay? You can put it on your body, on the lesions, or whatever the case may be, your skin, topically, but it should be diluted. So make sure that you're just not putting this oil on your skin without diluting it with maybe like a coconut oil or olive oil, okay? You want a covering oil with that. Yellow burdock. Yellow burdock is so good, y'all. It's been used, again, for how long? Centuries. Centuries. Yellow burdock has been used for centuries. It's a blood purifier, anti-inflammatory properties. It's for good skin health because it has antimicrobial properties. It also has detoxification properties, okay? Detoxifies the body and eliminates the toxins in the body. So we need them toxins, them STDs, whatever that virus or that bacteria that's giving you the STDs, we need it removed from your body. So that yellow burdock is going to help with that. It's nutrition rich, so it's full of vitamins and minerals and iron and things like that. We can use it as a tincture, as a tea, capsule, and a topical application is also can use. So you can use it as make a poultice for your skin or infusion directly applied to the skin directly. So if you're dealing with the STD that has presented with boils, with lesions, this right here would be perfect to make a poultice, okay, and put this poultice on the infected area and it will heal it, okay? So all of these you can use, you can make a tea out of, okay? So you can drink, okay? You can drink it. You can use it as an extract. An extract is something that you can put on your skin, but make sure you're using carrying oil, okay? Because some people's skin is, some extracts are very powerful and may cause a disruption in your skin, like maybe an allergic reaction. You want that because they are powerful. So you want to use maybe an olive oil or a coconut oil with the extract, okay? So just make sure you're reading because it could have, that could be an effect that you don't want, obviously. We don't want to be dealing with a problem and then we find that once we're using this herb that's supposed to help us, now this herb is causing problems. But you have to read because some of these extracts are very, very potent. You don't want to just drop that on your skin, okay, or drop it down somewhere where you're trying to heal, but it's caused more irritation, okay? So be mindful. So every herb that I just told you about, you can use it as a tea, a tincture, an extract, and some of them you can use for topical application, okay? But these will remedy your STD issue, okay? So again, we got wormwood, we got yellow burdock, we got cat's claw, we got burdock fruit, okay? And we have Jamaican sarsaparilla. And for UTIs, I didn't give y'all wholesale. And on top of that, y'all, don't forget that I told y'all that to boost your immune system, okay? So that when you come across certain things like this, STDs, your system can really fight them if your immune system is already at its optimal, okay? So golden seal, echinacea, those are good immune boosters for your system, okay? If you have that in your system, I promise you, you're going to be healthier for it. If you don't like the taste of echinacea or golden seal, because golden seal is yuck, I don't like the taste of it. I have the extract and I put it in my water. Okay, you still taste it above that. It's yellow and it's potent, but it's good. So I keep taking it, and I'll just put it in something, a juice or my little ginger tea, my ginger juice, and I don't taste it as much. Okay, as much, but it's good. It's gonna keep my immune system up. It's gonna keep my immune system, especially during the winter time. And nowadays, it don't matter the winter time, the summer, the spring, because COVID can hit. It don't gotta be cold, okay? Flus can hit, and it don't have to be cold season, okay? So you want to always be prepared to make sure that your immune system is working at its optimum, okay? So echinacea, golden seal. If you don't like the extracts, then get you the capsules, okay? They sell the capsule about 500 milligrams a piece. You want to get the biggest milligrams, okay? Because that's going to give your system the biggest dose of that herb. Okay, so y'all, it's been good talking to y'all. I don't want to hold y'all too much long because I know this is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, right? And but meet me back here next week, 3 o'clock to 4:30, and we're going to be talking about something else that's really good. I'll put it up probably between tomorrow and Tuesday. I'll have on this platform exactly what I'll be talking about, okay? But I thank you all for being with me. Again, we talked about the different herbs that help relieve STDs, and we first started talking about UTIs, because sometimes, depending on what doctor you go to, he will say, or she will say, that the UTI could be categorized as an STD, depending on how you got it. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but we're not going to get into that. I'm just telling you right now that there are remedies for UTIs, okay? And again, it's amazing how we have these natural herbs and spices and stuff, but they're not really talked about. These, natural things that we can do for ourselves to heal ourselves completely of these ailments, but they're not talked about. But you got me, you got Sister Cashel right here for you at Cashel's Corner, Holistic Healing and Wellness. I do have platforms on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Facebook. Come and check me out. Come and support a sister. Again, here's my book, Juicing for an Optimal You. Okay. Oh, let me get this in mind. Juicing for an Optimal You. It's my book. Go check me out. It's on Amazon. And then I have one that I recently came out with just before the year ended. It's the Herbal Medicinal Remedies. Okay. A beginner's guide for treating viral, bacterial, and fungal ailments. Okay. Go and get it. It's by Cashel Staples. That's my name, Cashel Staples. Y'all go support a sister. I appreciate y'all, okay? Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. If anybody have any questions they want to ask concerning the topic, please let me know. If you need me to go back and talk about something, a particular herb, or maybe you didn't hear what I was talking to you about. If anybody's having any problems with urinary tract infections, let me know before I close out. If you enjoyed listening to me, give me some hearts. Put some hearts on the screen. Tap that screen for me. It's not costing you anything to be here. I appreciate you all. Tap that screen for me if y'all are really supporting me and are glad to have been here. Thank you, God's Girl KC. Boogaloo, appreciate you coming. Lacey Buck, Kimbrick Bree. I'm sorry, I probably jacking up y'all's names. Thank you all for being here and supporting me. I appreciate you. All right. So meet me back here next Sunday, 3 to 4:30. We're getting off a little early because I know there's Super Bowl Sunday and some of y'all are probably trying to get ready right now, and it's okay, but we usually go to about 4:30, okay? And we're going to do the same thing every Sunday unless I'm doing something. I'll give y'all a heads up, but we're going to be right back here. Like I said earlier, last year, let's just say about November time, sometime in November, I could not get on Facebook Live for some reason. I had been doing all throughout the year, and 3 times in a row they just wouldn't let me on, and I couldn't get any remedy. I couldn't get any help to why this was happening. And so we're back now. I'm blessed and I'm grateful that we are able to get on today. And we're going to keep on just like I was doing last year. So every Sunday we'll be back here talking about something good, something that's going to put you back in optimal health with your body, equilibrium. We're going to be talking about some good things, okay? And if you have any suggestions, please do put them down in the description or leave a comment. Hey, I would like, to know about this and that. Keep it, about holistic, herbs and spices and things like that, maybe just different diseases. But this is where you come for your updates on what's good for you, what herbs and spices are good for various diseases and ailments that, we suffer with today. And just a mindset. We're going to start getting to mindset as well. We're going to start talking about, mindset, because it's not only good just to be healthy in your body, but to be healthy in your mindset. What do we think about? What are we meditating on? And so we're going to get into that a little bit, and I'm going to give you all my journey, because I'm still on that journey on just being more positive about my thoughts, being more intentional about my thoughts and what I want in life, okay? So meet me back here next week, Sunday, 3 o'clock to 4:30, and we're going to have some good stuff, okay? So thank you all, TikTok family, for being here. Thank you all, Facebook family, for showing up. Like my video, comment, okay? Bring your family members over. Subscribe. That's it. All right. Thank you all. I'm Kashelle for Holistic Healing and Wellness. You're at Kashelle's Corner. Have a great rest of your evening. Be blessed. Bye-bye.